For anybody still firing up their PlayStation, well, you're gonna get, if you're signed up for PlayStation Plus, which I was way back in the cut, I'd probably canceled my subscription. Oh my god, that might have been even before the PS4 came out. Who knows, man? But hey, if you're still around there, you get some free games every month, free in air quotes, because you still have to sign up for the service. And to be completely honest, man, that the Cowabunga collection, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles ones, as somebody who played all of those games back on the NES and Super Nintendo, and then moving forward, that's a really good collection, by the way. Okay, like that gives you the original arcade game, the original NES game, TMNT 3, the Manhattan, was it the Manhattan? I forget what that one's called, but that one's actually really good. And then of course you get Turtles in Time. You also get Tournament Fighter, which is great as well. So yeah, that's actually like a really high quality collection. And the Star Wars color, or I'm sorry, not Star Wars, I just recently recorded a video about Star Wars, so that one's, front of mind. But the Sonic Colors game, that's the one that really started to reverse course after Sonic really lost his way with, the Werehog and Edgy the Hedgy and Sonic 06. Like, Colors was the one to start to course correct before you ended up getting, a proper return to 2D rather, and then Generations came around. Like, Colors was very well received back on the Wii. I think that's where it originally came out. And yeah, so Sonic Colors Ultimate is fantastic. But of course, the one that takes center stage and is absolutely hilarious in less than 4 months, Dragon Age the Veilguard is being given away for free, and I would imagine nobody's going to be downloading it. This is hilarious, man. Dragon Age the Veilguard will be given away for free on PlayStation Plus just 4 months after release, because remember, okay, it was the scariest part about Halloween this year, okay? It dropped, October 31st, and then we got this announcement not even 4 months later that in March you're going to be able to play it for free, because somebody's got to. Dragon Age the Veilguard is officially being given away for free as part of PlayStation Plus's March lineup, a move that cements its place as one of Electronic Arts' biggest misfires in recent memory. This comes just 4 months after the game's release, a clear sign that EA is desperate to salvage whatever engagement it can from that failed to resonate with an audience. And yeah, just to really drive this home, because if you guys don't remember, weeks after EA said Dragon Age the Veilguard did not resonate with a broad enough audience, yeah, because in the earnings call, was that what came out a couple of weeks ago? But they made the announcement that, EAFC 25 was kind of a bomb, and Dragon Age the Veilguard didn't even live up to half of our expectations and only engaged 1.5 million people. So whatever that means, so people that decided to test out EA's subscription service, that counts towards engagement. But what about when they release the character creator for free? Does that also add into this stuff? Or what exactly is an engagement? But we'll go on here. Okay. Not even been 4 full months since the Veilguard release, but the RPG is already heading to PlayStation Plus as one of the 3 monthly games that subscribers will be able to claim next month. And announced in the post by the PlayStation blog today, Dragon Age the Veilguard will be available to claim from March 4th for PlayStation Plus subscribers, no matter the tier they're paying for. Oh shit, okay. So after claiming it, you'll be able to download and play the RPG, but I don't really think so. Earlier this month, in an earnings call, EA CEO Andrew Wilson stated that despite the Veilguard's high-quality launch, what does that how do you quantify that? But okay, and being well-received by critics and those who played it, oh yeah, exactly, all the rags out there, okay, they were given this 8s, 9s, and if you're Eurogamer, a perfect 10. And 4 months later, you can play it for free on a desperate attempt to bump up those numbers. The RPG ultimately did not resonate with a broad enough audience in this highly competitive market. Well, I mean, a dark fantasy. Like, there's a lot of fantasy-esque shows and games that are out right now. It's just, all of it's ass, if we're going to be completely honest. I got a soft spot for House of the Dragon, and I really hope that the Dunk and Egg series, which, can we get a release date on that, George? We know your fat ass isn't working on anything, so if you could just go ahead, get us hyped for something that is tertiarily associated with you that we could get excited for. But you would think that even if there were disenfranchised people that were playing Avowed and thought, boy, this is just generic slop at best, or just the drizzling shits at worst, which is kind of what I'm hearing, because even the people that quote-unquote liked the game aren't even playing it anymore. Like, the numbers are atrocious, okay? You would think that if they still had that itch to scratch, they would now hop over to Veilguard, And now would be the opportune time to, I don't know, man, maybe put this game on sale on a couple of different platforms. And given that, and given that it's going to be given away on PlayStation, it's like, okay, cool. Maybe try to sweeten the deal for anybody else out there. But we'll see. Okay, like I don't, obviously, and nobody does have the numbers on Xbox, but we can take a look at how it's working out on Steam. And boy, given all of this stuff and conversation around this move right now, you would think, okay, you might want to incentivize some PC players, given that that is, if not the majority, at least a plurality of the player base out there. You would try to push them in some kind of a direction, but okay. In the same call, yes, EA's chief financial officer, Stuart Canfield, said that the game underperformed. Seems pretty wild to make the RPG available to keep via a subscription service so soon after its release, but at least it'll hopefully give more players the chance to try it out and perhaps introduce them to the broader audience that EA was hoping for. Yeah, exactly. Or you could just go back and play Origins or Inquisition or 2, I guess, if you're feeling real sadistic. But hey, man, Origins is held up as like one of the greatest games ever, and especially in that genre, in the dark fantasy genre. If you're so inclined, just go back and play that. And if you want to make it look modern, you want to make it look, even better than how unimpressive, the Veilguard look, because I hate that art style so much. And so many games that are coming out right now seems to think that, we really need to Fortnite our game. And it's like, oh my Christ, man. Like, that's just the immediate sign. Like, there are some things that just immediately turn people off, okay? If I'm to use a terminology from a different societal problem, okay, it just gives you the ick. So whenever I see a game, with the rounded, soft, cartoony, oversaturated, highly stylized characters like this, it just immediately turns me off. Like, I want nothing to do with that. So if you wanted an updated look on something that you actually want to play, go mod the hell out of Origins and you'll have a great time, as opposed to just playing this game for free or for full price on Steam, which is absolutely wild, man. I don't know why you're not discounting it. Okay, I don't even know why there hasn't even been a price cut to this crap right now. But if you have PS Plus, okay, I do highly recommend the Cowabunga collection. Sonic Colors Ultimate is probably going to be fantastic, okay? Because, yeah, I heard a lot about that game back in the day. It was a little bit better than Sonic and the, what was that, the Legend of the Ten Rings, where he had a sword, and it's like, Sonic, what are you doing, man? But the Veilguard, oh, thanks Games Radar. I really needed to sign up for your service and for you to give me that pop-up. But if EA was concerned about it reaching the largest player base possible in order to recoup that in order to expand rather that 1.5 million engagements, you would think, you would try to capitalize on Steam. And well, I was shocked, man. I wish I could replicate, and I wish I could give you an authentic reaction when I pulled up these numbers, but holy Christ, man, I did not think, like, I knew the game fell off, but I didn't realize the fall off was this hard. This is pathetic. I'm recording this Thursday evening, but yeah, 1,400 players, okay? And then, yeah, just going from the time it released, okay, it popping that 89,000 players over its initial weekend, and then for it to fall off to 61 the next weekend, and then by the end of the year, bro, oh my God, like, that was December 1st, and I thought, 19,000 players was bad, but okay, cool. When are we eventually going to get to the new year? But oh my God, where it dips on New Year's Eve, bro. Can't even break 10,000 players, and that's where the high point would end, okay, over the New Year's 5-day weekend, bro. And then after that, it's just been nothing. And then we get updates of BioWare's like, okay, deuces, we gave you your final update, and now we're just going to go ahead and I don't know, work on picking out smaller living quarters because everybody at BioWare just got fired. The entire writing staff, thankfully and justifiably, are now handing out resumes at Starbucks, or because they were all in Edmonton at Tim Hortons. And also, of course, your Korean Busche, where you can go ahead and work on our new Dungeons and Dragons game. Oh, Jesus Christ. Or who knows, maybe you'll be one of the people that ended up getting restructured into working on Mass Effect 5, which, don't worry guys, it's still in pre-production, even though the game was announced how many years ago at this point in time, on the back of the failure that was Mass Effect Andromeda, that really sent up red flags for anybody thinking that BioWare had anything left in the tank at the time, because that was an atrocious game. Let's not get it twisted, okay? The folly and the fall of BioWare has been on the wall. The writing has been on the wall for a very long time. Mass Effect Andromeda, what was that, 2018? Okay, I hate that game so very much. And then Anthem's a protracted failure. And then, of course, now everybody coming around going, geez, what happened over there with the Veilguard? No. The rot has been in this company. The rot has been in this industry for a very long time. Now these pathetic trees are starting to bloom, and all of the fruit that it's bearing is fucking rotten. AAA gaming industry, oh boy, it's in a tough place to be as nice as I can possibly be. And most of the games, sans Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, have flopped spectacularly. I can't wait for the cope, because it's going to be the exact same spin for Avowed here in a couple weeks time when it doesn't matter that the Steam numbers were in the toilet. Okay, it didn't matter that it couldn't crack 20,000 players because on Game Pass it was actually doing really good. Oh, what were the numbers? They were really good. It's the same kind of cope that you can see with the Veilguard. Oh, it got huge download numbers that month that it was free. Oh, really? What were the numbers? They were huge. Oh, okay, cool. And then after this promotion, and then when we hear that BioWare's got shit canned, how you gonna spin that stuff? There are a bunch of announced games coming out this year. Okay, and by the time that you guys are watching this, a Monster Hunter Wilds is out, and I would imagine that game's probably going to do exceptionally well. Every sign is pointing in that direction, and I hope it's I hope it's as amazing as Monster Hunter fans desire it to be. It just doesn't really scratch an itch for me. The only game that's really coming out this year that is off the top of my head that I'm kind of looking forward to is Doom the Dark Ages, but outside of that, there's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of stuff on the horizon, but is any of it going to save or reinvigorate the AAA gaming industry? Not in the West, for sure. All the hopes lie out there in the East, and well, unfortunate that we can't have every game come out of a Chinese, a Japanese, Korean studio, because in order to get the truffle, you got to dig through a lot of pig shit. So with all that said, thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.